Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to the eastern wing of the Stink Bug Works, that super secret research and development division of Dr. Jet Laboratories, where we sit around all day and we invent things and make stuff. And today I've finished my jet juice, and the Stink Bug Works is also doubling as the paint shop, where right now we're doing one of the most exciting steps in the painting process. Are you ready? We're watching paint dry. Isn't this exciting? Anyway, I thought I'd fill you in on that. This is the H&M Micro Drifter. Big B just recently picked up a catamaran that's, maybe, 2.5 inches longer than this? Yeah, 2.5 inches longer than this. It's 21 inches. This is 18.5. And he's going to build a twin also. And we may be approaching these with different philosophies. I'm pretty sure Big B is going to build his to be a speedrun monster. I'm going to build mine to be a controllable boat to drive circles on the lake. So I'm not going to go for all-out speed. Although, that said, I'm going to power it with a pair of these. Now, this is the same motor that is in my little Dona rigger. That's that fiberglass rigger from China. And on 2S, and I think it was a 38 millimeter prop, which is pretty big, this little thing would push that Dona in the 40, 45 mile an hour range. It ran real good. So 2 of these motors in this ought to be plenty impressive. My initial plan was to run it with these air-cooled and waterproof OC Day speed controls. I may switch to these Sea King 120s because they're lighter and they take up far less real estate. And because of the way things are working out, I'm going to have to look at maybe moving weight to the back. We'll have to see. A lot depends when I hang these stingers, turning 32 millimeter 1.8 pitch props with a ball bearing, thrust bearing here. So that's going to take all the loads. This uses a square drive shaft, so I can't really put any thrust loads on that shaft. So all the thrust is going to be taken up right there. Because of the way this lays out, one of the things that's been delaying me is a longer servo arm. I need a longer arm because I've got to put the servo in upside down to get reach to the pull rudder control cables, and that will just clear the hatch here. Thank you very much. It just clears the hatch. So that's the plan for that. So, there you go. I thought since there was no Big B video today, a lot of you guys are going, what? I need my video fix. So here it is, an update on this. Let me add another thing too. I used Rust-Oleum. What was it called? It was called Universal Bonding Primer. There's also a Rust-Oleum Sandable Primer. Now get a load of this. Big B turned me onto this. Big B, a newbie in this thing, turned some old timer like Dr. Jet onto something new. I guess old dogs can learn new tricks. Anyway, the Sandable Primer I used on the Bat Boat, and it's a bit thicker than this bonding primer, so you can't really see it on this camera, but for example, the insides of these sponsons still have a bunch of little pinholes in it, and there's the occasional pinhole here and there too. So this sandable primer, it's almost like spray-on putty. It will fill up these little pinholes. The drawback is it takes a week to dry before, it's good and hard to where you can sand it. So we're just going to have to sit around and watch paint dry. But we're getting close. So this thing should be up and running. Big B asked about this too. A lot of, and probably more so on the American Cat designs, they're basically a single surface that has steps in it to aerate that surface. But a lot of these European designs, if you look at this, it actually drops down in level to this step and drops down in level. So you can't just sand the whole thing flat. You got to work on this section, work on this section, work on this section. But is it any better? I don't know. Talk to somebody with more theoretical design knowledge than I have. I just sharpen the edges and go with whatever the designer had planned. So there it is. So we should be getting this done about the same time Big B gets his done. Although, that said, Big B will probably get his running before this, mainly because he has a pond he can go to every day. Since I'm a duck murderer, I have to go find a new pond. And so I'm working on a couple of things. We shall see. Until the next time, boys and girls, jet out.